Oh my goodness. Do I get compensation from Vanguard? All right, I gotta read this to you. Oh, this is so funny. Oh my goodness. My man says, cannot tell you how many advisors over the past 40 years told me to invest in a bond fund and international fund when I started investing. I only invested in an S&P 500 index fund and retired in my early 60s. If I'd wasted money on a bond fund and an international fund, it is clear I'd still be working today because returns on those investments suck, pardon my French. You really need to broaden your perspective past investing in only Vanguard funds. VTI and VOO are good ones, but the four you listed as core to your portfolio pretty much suck over the past year. A year when the S&P 500 is up 15%, but the four you listed were actually down. Do you get some sort of kickback from Vanguard? I've seen several of your videos on retirement, and those are excellent, but your recent four core holdings are not very good. Your brother in Christ, he says. Oh my god, dude, this is so funny. All right, so let's see. My guy, he said, I only invested in the S&P 500, which allowed him to retire in his early 60s. And then he goes on to say, VTO and VOO are good, but the four you listed as, well, those were. VOO and VTI are almost identical. So he said he only invested in the S&P 500, but then VTI and VOO are good ones, but the four you listed as core to your portfolio pretty much suck over the past year. That doesn't make any sense. VTI, because of my four, those basically VTI is VOO, their guy. And then he says, you need to broaden your perspective past investing only in Vanguard funds. And I'm like, dude, you're the one who said you invest in the S&P 500 your whole life. Where do you think the S&P 500 comes from, man? Oh, this is too good. I need to. So I invest in the S&P 500 my whole life, which allowed me to retire. As such, you need to broaden your perspective past only Vanguard funds. That literally makes them okay, whatever. And then he says, my core funds suck. I don't get the four you listed pretty much suck for the past year. What? He says the four you listed were actually down. Well, we know that's just what? That's just not true, man. Oh my goodness. Oh, and then he talks about what else did he say here? Oh, he asked me if I get a kickback from Vanguard. I mean, dude, I wish. Vanguard, if they want to pay me money, that's great. Let me tell you something there, Jackie. What's that guy's name from Seinfeld? Jackie. I forgot his name. Jack, you know the guy. Whatever. For it's just 2008. That's all I'm gonna say. What happened to BND in 2008? What happened to your S&P 500 fund? This is a channel for retirees and people ready to retire. This is not a broad-based you should invest in this for the hot stock stuff. This isn't like that. This is for people who are on the cusp of retiring, who need to protect their bottom line. It is great that you were able to do what Chris Barfield calls with a C fund at the TSP, which is the S&P 500, and just plug and plug and plug. That's freaking fantastic, 100%. If you're still doing that now, I would say I hope you know the risk you're taking, because we know for a fact. Let's just show this, shall we? Let's just show this. So here's my man Daniel Colbert's spreadsheet, 55e.co, 55e.co. We got $1 million all in the S&P 500 in the year 2000. All right, $1 million all in the S&P 500 in the year 2000. We're taking 5% a year out, adjusted for inflation. When did we run out of? Oh, we ran out of money in 2016. Holy crap! Why? Because 9, 12, 22%. We got smoked the first 3 years of retirement. And then we got now 37% in the 8th year of retirement. We got so much. So let's do the same with the Wellington fund. Just throw it out there. Let's see what the Wellington fund would do. Dude, this is just, I'm embarrassed for this guy. Oh, Wellington fund, we never ran out of money. Actually, I'll tell you, yeah, 2000 right there. And we're going to go to 2023, and you see we got $1.7 million. All right, why? Because the Wellington fund only had that one down year in 2002. It did not have any down years in 2001, and had a down year in 2008, and one small down year in 2018, and a relatively large for Wellington down year in 2022, and that's it. So we didn't run out of money. You can see right there. All right, so let's go to Wellesley Fund, shall we? It's like taking candy from a baby here, man. Oh, Wellesley Fund did not run out of money. Crazy. In fact, when the Wellesley Fund in 2023, we had 1.5 million bucks. Kind of crazy. So you have all your money in the S&P 500 while you're plugging money away. That's freaking fantastic. If you kept all your money in the S&P 500 while you retired, there's a decent chance that you could be in a world of hurt. And you can say, well, but how about the 4% rule? All right, let's go 4% instead of 5%. We can do that if we want. I mean, okay. If that makes you feel better, I mean, we can do whatever you want. We can do whatever you want there. What's the guy named Jackie? 4%, we ran out of money. Let's see. By end of 2023, we had $280,000 and we're taking $73,000 out. So 4% rule, we would be running out of money here in about 5 years. It sucks to be right all the time. It sucks to be right all the time. All right, so let's see what BND did in 2020. I have no clue what it did in 2024 because it matters not. What matters is we're trying to protect from getting wiped out. And in 2024, it was up 1.38. So I don't know why this guy is saying it was down. It was up in 2023, 5.66. Nothing to write home about, but the point you have BND isn't to get the upside, it's to avoid getting spanked. Let's see what Wellington did last year. Wellington, I'm embarrassed. Like, I think some of these, do they drink? Are they drinking? Is that what happens there? Or people just drink, they fire off weird emails? Because it's just a dumb email. It really is. Wellington last year was up 14.76, and the year before 14.23. So if that's losing money, I hate to see what making money is. VEVIX right there. Oh boy, it's let's see. Did I just type it in? VWINX. Yeah. There you go. Wellesley. All right, so VWINX. But Vanguard wants to give me money, man. Dude, I'm not too proud to beg Vanguard, dude. I'll take that money from Vanguard. If they want to part with some of their money, I'll be happy to have it. So Wellesley was up 5.92 and 7%. So I don't know what the guys do. I do think some people drink and they fire off emails. So I'm just going to delete this email and we'll pretend it never existed because that might be one of the dumbest emails I've ever had. And again, the point is we're not trying to get growth in retirement. We can get some, don't get me wrong. But it's not growth at all costs. We're trying to minimize, to some regard, the downside, which is why you add BND. And by the way, I never say anything about international. I don't know what the hell he keeps talking about international. Not one time did I say buy international. All right. Love your thoughts. God bless. And smash that like button. We'll see you.